Welcome to the Reiju instruction video. Firstly, you'll be watching someone going through the whole Reiju sequence. Then we'll be talking you through the various stages. We'll focus in detail on some of the hand positions that you'll be using, and we'll finish off by you watching the whole sequence through again. Let's watch Tina carrying out a Reiju empowerment on Sandra. You'll see that Tina is going through a self-empowerment stage to begin with, and this is carried out once, no matter how many people you're going to be performing Reiju on. Let's see what happens. Let's go through the Reiju sequence stage by stage. You start by connecting to Reiki with your hands held palms uppermost to the sky. Energy floods down into your hands, down your arms, to your torso, down to your dantian. You're going to be making one initial movement where you draw energy down through your crown, down the center of your body to the dantian. You'll be moving your arms down to the sides, exhaling as you do so, drawing energy down through your crown, down the center of your body to the dantian. At the end of the movement, your hands hover in front of the dantian, dominant hand closest, and your other hand hovering a little way away from that. And we hold that position until we feel strongly connected to the energy. What follows are 3 repeated movements where you imagine that you are expanding your energy to fill the room, expanding your energy to engulf the person or the people in front of you who are going to be receiving Reiju from you. So, you move your hands forwards and upwards back into the connecting position, and then exhaling, you move your hands down to the sides and return them back to the dantian. That is followed by 2 more of the same movements. Having expanded your energy to fill the room, to engulf the person in front of you, you can start the individual empowerment. And you'll do this by moving towards the person and resting your hand on their shoulder, which indicates to them that they should bring their hands into the prayer position. Standing in front of the person, you begin by connecting to energy from above with your arms outstretched and your fingers splayed. Then, joining together the first two index finger joints, you draw down a line of light which enters the crown. You trace an energy path down the center of the body, opening the energy centers as you do so, then parting your hands over the knees and grounding the energy without touching the ground, moving your hands out to the sides. Then, moving slightly to one side of the person, you're going to be directing Reiki or light into a number of different positions. You start with the crown, hovering your dominant hand over the crown and the other hand hovering above that. You open the crown and send Reiki or light down the energy path that you traced with the previous movement. You hold this position for a count of about 10, and when you're ready you move on to the temples and then onto the third eye. When you hold the third eye position, you join together the tips of your thumbs and index fingers with your other fingers splayed and flood the third eye with light, again for a count of about 10. When you're ready, you move on to two more positions, firstly cupping your hands in front of and behind the throat, and it doesn't matter which hand is in front and which hand is behind. You can then move on to the heart and flood the heart with light, again holding each position for a count of at least 10. When you're ready, you can move on to the hands. You join together the tips of your first 3 fingers and gently cup your hands round the person's hands, flooding the hands with light. After a count of about 10, you move your hands over their fingertips and down towards the knees, and then parting your hands, you scoop round in a circle and return any excess energy to the source. And then you can finish by moving their hands back down into their laps and take a step back. The empowerment is complete. Here are the head positions in more detail. You start with both hands hovering above the crown and open the crown. Each position is held for a count of about 10, and the next position is to hold your hands by the temples, flooding the energy field with light. The final position on the head is to make a triangle using your thumb and the index fingertips. Hold the triangle in front of the third eye with your other fingers spread out and flood the third eye with light. When you move on to the hands, you join together the tips of your index, middle and ring fingers and just gently cup your hands round the person's hands and flood the hands with light. Your hands are relaxed and not strained.